Hey there, we're back. It's another episode of Space Like Adventure. It's me, Jack. How you going? So since last week's episode, we're getting into the business end of this story. Things are starting to come to a conclusion here. So let's waste no time and dive straight into the recap. After dealing with some thugs who ambushed the crew, they all decided to align themselves with Mia, the pilot of the mysterious cargo hauler, the Ebenezer Hazard. And they decided to fly all the way to this asteroid to figure out what was happening. And when we left off, the ship was floating out of Tycho Station and into space. All right, let's find out what happens next. So far from Tycho Station, in orbit around Earth, is Luna, once the site of mankind's greatest ambition, to walk among the stars, is now a small city filled with the richest and most powerful in the solar system. Government officials, foreign dignitaries, and shadowy corporations. Down neon-lit alleys lies an unnamed building with nothing adorning it but a streak of very specific red on the door. Inside, a woman sits at her desk and turns on a terminal, and she opens up a shared inbox, and she scans through a few messages. Then she stops on one message. Her cursor traces across the terminal screen, highlighting different snatches of text. You can see, I'm writing you to notify you of a development. You can see 532 Herculina. You could see we're on our way. And you can see Opal.
Oh no.
The person takes a pause and rolls their chair back, and she stops at the end of the message and highlights some text. And it says, employee number 709,473. And our point of view swings around and reveals a woman with thick red hair, albeit missing a small fist size. And she says, "You stupid idiot." And then she starts furiously typing. So from here, we cut to the belt. So in the zone just outside the gravitational pull of Tycho Station, the Ebenezer Hazard waits. And inside, the five of you are strapped into crash couches in the cockpit. And the pilot, Mia, is messing around with some controls. The ship's currently motionless as Mia deals with something in the ship. So you guys are all currently on the float. The only thing stopping you guys from drifting around the ship is the straps on your crash couch. So the five of you have been through a lot up until now. So basically, you were all space truckers not long ago. Since then, you fumbled your way into a conspiracy. You've been shot at. You've killed several people. And now you're stealing this cargo hauler and flying to a secret asteroid to uncover a conspiracy. So now I think is a really good time for us to just go around the crew and just describe what each of you looks like. How have you changed in the time that you've been on this journey, basically? And what's going through your mind as well is what I'd like to know. So, Shrike, I'm going to start with you. You're on this ship. What are you thinking?
She knows she's not good. Like, has it been mentioned that they might do like high-speed travel at all, or?
Savine mentioned, he said he encouraged you guys that if you could burn fast, he would suggest to do so, is the only thing that's happened.
Okay. I think that's just saying in the back of her mind, because she obviously doesn't like high-speed travel. To her, these people are just still like older idiots that she's stuck around with. She still doesn't want to be here, but she's here anyways, and her life might be in danger, potentially, if they really want to book it out of here. But Um, physically wise, I think I don't know how much she would have changed. I think maybe she's tied back her hair now, locked in a bit more that way. There's less of a shag. It's grown out a bit. I don't know how long it's been, but finally took off those headphones is the final thing I'll say. She's
Oh,
finally listening.
So the hair's tied
wow.
back.
Here's like half up, half down sort of thing, getting the like straggles out of her face.
Okay, so you'd be
Mm.
having little bits of your hair starting to drift in random directions by the fact that you're totally weightless at the moment.
Hmm.
Mo,
I would say Mo probably he probably looks more disheveled than when I first described him, but not because of being drunk now. It's more because of the rough housing and the fact that we literally just walked out of a fight. Um, and I mean, Trevor was juggling him not so long ago as well. But I think at the same time that he's more disheveled, he's also probably a lot more clear and a lot more clarity about him and a lot more focus. He's found a purpose, I think. Um, and as much as Atea and Flint and everyone gets on his nerves, they are becoming important people to him and people that he yeah that he wants to protect and wants to make sure that things are okay.
Atea?
Well, um, I think her roots are growing out. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, her roots are growing out, and like for some reason she's still like clinging on to that Pope Industries uniform. Like she wears it as if it is a work uniform still, but now it's coated in blood and stains that she just can't get out, if not a little torn and ragged. I think normally the way she would do things is like to steam her clothes before she puts them on, to press them and everything. And it's very clear that she's not had access to any of those common amenities that she used to be used to anymore. So I think she just kind of looks like she's really raggedly holding on to anything that is left of her old life. It's sad. Like she's still like kind of playing with her hair. Her roots are growing out her. Like she's got dead ends. It's a bit fried, but she's still like got that, the lost of her makeup is still going on. And even if it's blood stained, she's gonna keep wearing that uniform.
And is her hair tied back?
No,
So
no,
just
no.
adrift in all directions at this
Yeah, I
point is
think
what it would
so.
be.
I don't think she has the forethought.
And Flint.
Layered question. I He's not compared to the very militarized approach and demeanor in which he used to present himself, and I guess wanting to act more, I guess, put together. He definitely doesn't look that at the moment. His unkempt hair, unmaintained facial hair, strawberry blonde is extra emphasized on strawberry at the moment, with splatters of blood that have dried on his face over the series of several days. Um, Eyes are severely bloodshot with a clear lack of sleep. Uh, he, I say there's several aspects of if you stare at him long enough where it's clear that he's not as well put together as he once would have hoped to be, but that doesn't seem to bother him at all. Like he's calmly content with the current situation that he's in. And I think rather than having to put on the bravado of trying to fill a role, he's like, no, this is who I am. And that's what you're going to get.
oof.
Finish what she was doing and she turns in her chair. It mechanically spins. And she says, okay, it's a bit of a flight to Herculina Station. I usually take a detour when I'm a bit closer. So I could take the usual route, which would take us a little over 2 days to get there and back. Or I could burn hard from here and we could get there and back in a little under a day. So I'll give you guys a little bit of context now above game about what this decision is going to mean. So if you decide to take the usual route, the longer one, it's going to take longer. So that's going to inconvenience Savine, number one, possibly cause things with Fred Johnson to escalate, in addition to that things will keep happening at the asteroid, whatever that may be, and Vector Security will keep doing what they're up to. And anything else that might be happening behind the scenes that you as people may know about, but your characters may not. Then the benefits of taking that slower burn, though, it's a lower profile move. It doesn't draw a lot of attention to yourself because people can see things like drive plumes and things like that. It's quite easy to track in the night sky. You won't take any physical damage from doing this. And you guys will also be able to like get up and move around and talk and stuff like that. But if you decide to take the hard burn, you'll obviously arrive much faster. You'll have a few rolls to make to see how impacted you are by the burn. And like I said, Shrek will be more heavily affected by this than the others because Shrek is a belter and has never been planetside. Then in addition to this is quite a bold move to basically like fire up the engine and just launch directly at this asteroid. So if you choose to do this, I'm going to advance you an entire level on the churn tracker and then introduce a new downside essentially. And I will say the thing that happened at the start of this, that was the hazard being introduced. That was your first churn tracker moment, basically. So something else will happen if you guys choose to take the hard burn. Definitely. I'm not saying it'll happen during the burn or during the trip. It'll probably be in line with what previously happened.
Let's do it.
Something big and something story related that may make things a little bit tougher for you guys. Or perhaps a hell of a lot tougher for you guys.
Sounds like a challenge, Jack.
So those are the choices to make here. So do you play it safe or do you go hard, get there quicker? Risk Savine's ire.
Do we want to have a meeting in character about this?
I think Mo would present to the crew. When Mia says this, I think Mo would be like, well, what do you think, guys? Do you think we're prepared for a burn?
So Mia, you said a day?
We'd be there and back a little over a day if we did the hard burn.
Okay, so to get there, how long?
Well, it's around 14 hours straight from here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's if we just went for it.
Yeah, full burn, we'll get there around then.
Okay. Yeah, I think we should do that.
What are the thoughts, guys? I mean, Flint, you've probably experienced a couple of burns in your time. How prepared do you think we are?
Yeah, what's a little pain on top of everything else we've gone through?
Sorry, what's a burn? What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, I've never been through it before, but a hard burn takes a toll. Body's not meant to go that fast.
A lot of things in life, Mo, take a bit of a hard toll on you. What's a little bit more pain?
Yeah, but I think that everyone needs to go into this willingly, Bancroft.
Well, I mean, how bad could it be, right? Like, you know what? We go fast.
Can Shrek just slowly like raise her hand? She just doesn't want to interrupt anyone. Just like slowly starts.
Yeah, Shrike, this isn't a class. You can speak.
You were already talking, guys. I'm not particularly wanting to go down that route because you're all like humans. I know Martians, Earthers, whatever. Belters are not meant. My bones will probably realistically break. Like a lot of them. I don't have very good bones. It's like if you all want to, sure. I am not happy with it, but if you all want to, I mean, I guess I will. Just like grab an extra pillow or something, and then she just kind of like, I don't know. It's just that's what I think.
Yeah, I guess. Mia, when are you actually scheduled to hit the asteroid?
The asteroid? Not scheduled to hit the asteroid at all. You know, it's always a unscheduled stopover. I fly to Vesta, so on the way is when Haig makes the change.
Okay. So humor me a bit. If we slow burned, would we get there when you would have normally been detoured there by Haig?
Yes, it would take the normal amount of time. I could just fly the same route and leave at the same point when we previously left. Definitely, I could definitely do that.
My question's more is that would that be slow burn pace or hard burn pace?
So the pace that I fly is definitely a slow burn. It's just a normal leisurely stroll. So yes, it would be a slow burn. Yes.
Well, I mean, there's another thing to consider that if we go to a heavy burn, we're gonna get there a lot quicker than expected. If we're
Yeah,
expected, and
I just
announce our
think
presence.
I think the longer we leave it, like it's silly. I mean, like you guys already stuff is happening on the station. Stuff is happening on the station. If we don't do this, like I'm sorry, Shrike, we can like there's medicine on board, surely. Like I'm sure Flint has medical training,
We're
right?
broken bones. I tell you, I'm sorry. I have to interrupt you. You're all stronger than me. I'm sure you would think that, like, hey, Shrek can just take it. I probably can't.
This isn't that old Harry Potter movie where there's the bone grow potion. Like that's
I'm
not
not.
how this
You
works.
think I'm an idiot. I just think majority rules. Like I
I'm
think
not
14
gonna argue with
hours, I
that.
think that's Savine said you should probably punch it, right? Um like like that. I don't speak I think actually, you know what? Flint, you seem to be you are in charge. What do you think?
Flint's going to walk over to Shrike. How much bigger is Shrike than Flint? Is it?
She's like 6'8".
Okay, it's not horrible. He's still tall.
She's still towering over him. I just want to say that.
I think he'll walk over and kind of stop and look up, and you can see, yeah, his face is covered in blood.
Sorry.
Eyes are bloodshot red. Shrike, you might not be physically as strong as, but mentally, if anyone can withstand going fast, it's going to be you. I think you're going to be perfectly fine. I think we do need to push it, and I think you need to trust me on this if you can do that.
She's like looks at him and she's like, have you slept at all, or can I like? Sorry, I just feel like I have to like bring that up before I say anything. Like, you look a bit not good.
I've never felt better.
That's comforting. And she turns her head to Mo, and she goes, "If it's majority rules, I won't complain. I just want everyone to know, like, if my bones are broken, I will. You all have to take care of me. I'm the baby. I have, Sorry, this is how it works."
All right. Well, as long as everyone's on board, I wasn't against it. I just need to know that everyone's okay with this. It's a risk, and we need to be willing to take it.
How bad could it be? Like,
That is not comforting.
Bad.
I've never done it. It couldn't be. I just think, people kick up a fuss about things. Like, Shrike, I'm sure it's just horror stories that you've heard, but you'll be fine. And what Flint said, you're really strong in the noggin.
I'm just gonna stop listening to you, and she removes herself from that situation.
Man, what a great way to exit a conversation. I'm just going to stop listening to you.
Right? She'll just say it as it is. I mean, like,
Yeah, I
I
love it.
respect her so much.
Yeah, I think Mo would speak up to Mia and be like, "Well, I guess you heard it. We're burning hard. You equipped for that, Mia?"
I should be fine. I've been flying the Ebenezer Hazard for quite a long time now, so it should be okay. So are we ready to burn?
Anyone need anything to do? I think we have packaged everything up pretty nicely. Let's go.
I agree. No time like the present. And she turns her chair away from you and turns back to the controls and says, All right, make sure you're strapped in. So the ship starts to move, and you feel the gentle push of gravity against your back as it restores, as the thrust is applied. But up until now, the ship's only moved at sort of like a leisurely pace. And you feel the drive of the ship start to whir faster. You feel the reactor core start to engage on this ship. And Mia speaks again. And this time her voice comes through the comm on the terminals in front of you. So you can hear it over the sound of the ship launching. And she says, all right, here comes the juice. Suddenly the world contracts to a pinpoint and then suddenly expands. You guys want to take a huge gasp, but just as you try to, it feels like you're kicked in the chest by a horse as Mia engages the ship's drive. And you guys explode at an incredible speed. From a distance, it looks like another star just bloomed to life as the drive plume of the Ebenezer Hazard pushes you all towards 532 Herculina. Okay, let's get some rolls here to see how you guys are handling the stresses of this hard burn. So constitution tests from all of you. And target number for this is going to be a 14 for everyone except Shrike. It's going to be a 16.
Yay!
I have a
Zero.
-1.
Oh,
Hey.
could be worse.
Constitution? We're all doing it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to click it.
I'm
so
telling
sorry,
you.
Jesse.
Oh no, I rolled
Your
a
fault.
10.
Oh, no.
No, what if I
Oh, I got a 9.
All right. Has anyone succeeded?
Hang on, Mo is rolling
I
right
get a
now.
14.
I got an 8.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Someone should roll for Derek as well here. Let me get his sheet up quickly.
What was the target score?
14.
Well,
Fantastic.
meets it beats it, you're fine.
Oh,
Constitution here.
he got a
for-
+2.
Damn it, Derek.
He only gets a 10. All right.
Oh no, what have I done?
What have you done?
You've killed everyone.
Great. Love this. It's not that bad, guys.
All
Everyone's
the bones
dead.
are broken.
Yeah,
Everyone's
Okay,
Okay.
dead.
basically everyone who failed, you're just going to
Bleeding
take
out.
1d6 of damage is what
Oh,
you're going to do
Oh,
for the
okay.
strains of
Okay.
getting rattled
Okay.
around in this ship. If everyone can roll their d6s, take their damage. I'll roll one for Derek.
We haven't healed up from last session or anything, yeah.
You should have, actually. Sorry.
I
forgot
took
to
the
mention that.
maximum.
Let's go back to full health because you guys are getting to rest on the ship and then take your damage from there.
Oh, all right.
Can I say that I didn't rest for character purposes?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
If you want
Fantastic.
the downsides of that, that's
I'll
totally
take the
good.
downside.
You beat the roll as well, hey?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Otherwise, I would have been desperate for the health.
Otherwise I would have metagamed. All right, cool. So that happens. So now you guys are like just pinned to the chairs, basically, as the ship is just like rocketing forward, like Apollo 11 going into space, essentially. Now, while the burn is happening, you can't really do a lot. So in order to pass the time, we'll just cut away to another location quickly now. And specifically, the location that we're going to cut to is the house of Jimmy the Belter, once the house of Sasha Lucero.
Jimmy.
I forgot we gave that dude a house.
So Jimmy's happy to have a home. You know, he got by fine on the street, but, you know, having a real bed and a door to close, he feels pretty good about that. But he still misses Franco. And every now and then he thinks about the group of 5 people who started questioning him in the bar. Guy Derek, who just rocked up and acted like he knew him. The guy Trevor, who just rocked up and acted like he knew him because he heard his name across the bar. And he hopes that you guys find Franco. And he thinks about the thing that he didn't tell you guys. The thing that he was too embarrassed to say. Because every day, at the same time, he gets up out of his bed, he opens the door, he goes down to the docks. And he waits for Franco. After all this time. And when he does that, he thinks of you guys as well. He hopes you find something. Even if it's bad news.
How dare you?
You've touched all these individuals' lives, I'm sorry.
Bastard.
Are we going to cut to Oliver soon?
No.
It's a good idea, actually. So when we cut back, Mia's voice comes over the comm. And she says, "We're here." The screens on your terminal change to show the view from the front of the ship. And looming before you is the giant asteroid, 532 Herculina. And as it rotates in front of you, the station comes into view. The secret that this asteroid has bared. Bored into the face of the asteroid is a huge complex of high-tech structures that remind you of the ship that you saw those many months ago. All painted a very specific shade of red.
Oh my god.
And that's where we're going to end it for this week.